So who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting of the Catholic school. We still haven't seen that, right? It's not the Nashville police or PD saying we don't want this out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities get funding from the DOJ and FBI for local programs. And if you don't cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game. That's why you don't have a Black Book. Or the manifesto.
But the Black Book, it's not just sitting, I mean, that's Hoover power times 10.
And to me, that's a thing I think President Trump should run on. On day one, roll out the Black Book. And not just that. On day one, roll out all of the text messaging communications we were told were deleted. On day one, play the rest of the video of the pipe bomber. On day, one of the reforms I talk about in government gangsters is you need a central node to be continuously declassifying. This is another thing they do. They overclassify. And I'm telling you, as a former number 2 in the IC, they overclassify 50% of the stuff there to protect the deep state. Oh no, you can't see that? Nothing to see here. Gina was a master at it.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up.
Trump's administration is in panic mode, and this is rightfully so, because of all the allegations and the things that are coming out, especially what's coming out concerning the Epstein files. There's much secrecy concerning the Epstein files, and there is much censorship that is going to be coming, I believe, against the very name Jeffrey Epstein. The Trump administration is revealing its true colors before the whole world. And what this is showing to me, friends, is that America's integrity is greatly being questioned, and America's administration and seat of power, the White House as a whole, is losing its integrity and credibility before the whole world. Imagine you woke up one morning and you found out that there were hundreds upon thousands of missing people cases that have been missing for a long time. And you found that lots of children that were stolen and taken away, kidnapped, taken from their homes, taken from schools, taken from parks, many children who have been missing. You found out that they all were taken to places where you had the most elite and the richest and the most powerful people in the world would take these missing people, missing children, and they would do some things to them that are just beyond what is even comprehensible to the mind of men. The trauma that would be induced upon those children, the evil that would be committed against them. Some would even lose, many of them would have their lives even taken away from them. Many of them would be added to what the clubs of these billionaires, which they deem themselves the pizza club. Imagine all these cases of all these children and all these missing people, that many people have been missing. Imagine you find out, one morning you woke up and you found out that all of this was being perpetrated by the people whom you put into power. The people who rule over you. Not only there, but the people whom you also called and you hired, and they said that they were going to investigate and they were going to go and help search and rescue, that they were going to find these. So you contact your local law enforcement. You even contact the FBI or the RCMP, the federal police, to go and search and rescue, to go and do a search on these cases, and then you find that after some time they say, well, this is an unsolved case, or they might just simply rush in to close the case. They'll rush to close the case and say, sorry ma'am, I'm sorry sir, we couldn't find your child. They're gone. Imagine that all of these evil were being committed by the people who are your elected officials, and by the same law enforcement agencies whom you trusted to help you search for these, and they were all connected. Well, my friends, this which I have just explained to you, this is something that has the magnitude, that has the capability to be able to absolutely annihilate and destroy an entire government, an entire nation, to completely strip out any so-called democracy, any so-called type of trust that the people would have for their elected officials. It would put an end to all of that. So, what did I just describe to you? Well, what I just described to you is what is actually contained within the Epstein files. Jeffrey Epstein. This is the reason why this case is a big deal. It's a big deal for all of America. It's a big deal for the whole world. It's a big deal because this is something that has to do with the integrity of the nation. Should the evidence of the Epstein files come out to light fully to the whole world to see, I believe it's the end of America. And it is for this reason that something tells me that the Trump administration just may very well be the last administration before America morphs and shapeshifts into a whole different kingdom with much more stricter and much more censorship. The end of the republic is much more sooner than we think. The DOJ has been compromised. The FBI has been compromised. The Attorney General has been compromised. The entire administration of Trump has been compromised. And it's not to say that the Democrats have not been compromised, because the Democrat Party has already been compromised. Essentially, the question is, who can you trust to represent you? Whom can the people trust to lead the country? My brothers and sisters, if Elon Musk is right, which I do believe that Elon Musk is right, if he's right about Trump's name being on the Epstein list, the entire government of America has been compromised. This right here is the reason why I believe that the fall of the republic has come. And America is following the exact same footsteps as ancient Rome. Because ancient Rome did not collapse from outside influence, but it collapsed from within. However, as pagan Rome was collapsing, it began to shapeshift and became a whole different beast. Likewise, America, in order for America to survive, America now must shapeshift and morph into a whole different kind of a beast. Which means that the presidency of Trump is the one that most likely will cause America to morph and to shapeshift to become an entirely different type of a beast. In other words, what I'm saying, friends, get ready to witness America speak like a dragon. Your government is going to say anyone who talks about this man or even mentions his name, they are going to be suspected of possibly being people who are seeking to destroy the integrity of the nation. And that could be something that even could possibly lead to having a lot more control and censorship take place even on social media, to the point where that name, Jeffrey Epstein, will not be allowed to be spoken of. There's much protection concerning what is hidden in those files. There's much protection that is being given upon those files, and somebody does not want you to know the truth. Somebody doesn't want you to know the truth. And I think you know who that somebody is. I think you know who the people are. You remember the one who says, we are going to drain the swamp. We are going to drain the swamp. Turns out they are a part of the swamp. Trump was never there to save you. Neither was he there to make America great again for your best interest. No, this is for the interest of the billionaires. This is for the interest of the unelected officials who govern the nations, who rule the nation. You see what I'm saying? Jeffrey Epstein controlled people by through blackmail. You have to understand how serious this is, friends. This is something that has the capability to be able to end the entire democracy. This is why I think that even now, looking at all of these things, something tells me that this is an event, or this is a case that has the capability of shutting down free speech. This is something that could lead that. Why? Because we're talking about many innocent souls that have been lost, that have been abused. A lot have been taken away and trafficked, sold. This is something that takes place. Many of you know that. The reason why everything is being exposed like this is because we are living in the last days. And Jesus said that all things which are done in darkness will be made manifest. It will all be brought to light. And this is something that is even showing to us why Babylon has fallen. The kingdoms of the world are fallen. And you're going to see a lot more of these things come out. I think that this might be something that, because the government's going to want you, Trump's government's going to want to keep this away, keep people distracted. You might hear of something, maybe something might happen. Boom! An event happened here. Everybody's going to be looking to see what's going on. Something else is, in other words, what I'm basically trying to say, friends, is that expect a lot more events to happen much more rapidly, and so many things that are going to happen that will cause Americans and the whole world to look in this direction and look in this direction. I think you know what I'm talking about. A false flag event is coming. A false flag is coming, and that false flag event is going to be one that will focus on distracting people from the Epstein files. You see what I'm saying? Because this is something that does have the capability to destroy the entire nation. It does. This is something that could very well destroy, and it would destroy the integrity of the presidency of America. Why? Because the people who are in power, who sat in that seat, they are all participants. And not I think Elon Musk might be onto something. Elon Musk might be onto something.
Babylon the Great is fallen. That great city is fallen. Ladies and gentlemen, all the kingdoms of the world, they are fallen. You cannot put your trust in men, neither can you put your trust in princes, nor upon governors, nor upon kings or queens, or even unto presidents, because all of these are compromised. The kingdoms of the world turning against each other, all the tensions that are rising up within the nations, this is all pointing to us and showing to us that we truly are living in the time of the end. The great kingdom of the United States of America, it is about to speak like a dragon, like never before. Keep your head up, lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. This is the Controversy 7. Thank you for tuning in and for joining me. You take good care of yourselves. Be blessed, be safe. Make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my second channel. The link is in the video description box, and also I will pin it at the comment section. Until next time, you take care, and I'll see you in the next video.